Hello dearies, welcome to another interesting lesson with Mr. Olia. I hope you learned a lot from last lesson. In this lesson, we will be treating magnetism. Now, what is magnetism? Magnetism is the force of attraction between a magnet and a magnetic object. I'll come again. Magnetism is the force of attraction between a magnet and a magnetic force. Example, a magnet and a nail can attract, a magnet and a pin can attract, a magnet and needles can also attract. A magnet is an object that attracts ions or objects containing metals. Attract objects containing metals. An object is magnetic if it is attracted to a magnet or if it has the properties of a magnet. That's the only way a magnet can attract a metal. Next, all magnets are surrounded by a magnetic field. All magnets are surrounded by a magnetic field, which is an invisible force that can push or pull on magnetic objects from distance. The magnetic field cannot be seen. That's the meaning of invisible. It cannot be seen by your naked eye, but it pushes objects or pulls objects close to itself. The magnetic field is surrounded with a magnet that produces charges. Charges like electrons within the atoms of the magnet. Now we have two types of magnets or two types of magnetism. One, we have temporary magnets and permanent magnets. Note, metal objects can become temporary magnets by rubbing the metal object on a magnet. In doing so, it causes atoms to cluster and align. Then that metal will become a temporary magnet, meaning attracting other metal like itself. They act like tiny magnets. This process is done by stroking. The metal on a magnet. For instance, using a metal spoon to stroke a magnet up to 5 stroke, 6 stroke, then the spoon is put close to another metallic object. Then the metal spoon start attracting the metal object temporarily, not for long. That's the reason it's called temporary magnets. Now let's see some facts on magnet. There are two poles in a magnet which are known as north and south pole. Just two poles that can be found in a magnet, north and south pole. Next, let's see what is known as attraction. Attraction simply means when two magnets comes together, they attract, meaning unlike poles, north and south will attract. Next, repulsion. It's called repulsion. When the same poles or like poles comes together, they can never attract. They will repel, which is known as repulsion. As you can see, you see two magnets coming together, like poles, which is north and north, or south and south pole coming together, they repel. Let's see some examples of magnetic objects. We have nail, needle, knife, wrench, paper clip, screwdriver. A lot of examples which you can see here: fork, spoon, and so on. So these are some examples of metallic objects that magnet can attract. Now let's see some non-metallic objects, e.g. like the book you write on and the book you read. The pencil, drawing with the pencil, magnet cannot attract pencil. Then shoe you put on, magnet cannot attract. We have the paper box is also an example which magnet cannot attract. So there are a lot of examples, but these are few examples of things magnet cannot attract. Now let's say a practical question. If safety pins and pencil are placed before you, which objects will the magnet attract? Which objects will the magnet attract? Let me see my smart cube. The answer is safety pins. The magnet will attract the safety pins because the safety pins is a metallic object or it has a magnetic property. Wow, super kids, it's been fun and you've learned a lot on magnetism. Knowing the different poles, knowing the different types of magnets, and how you can make a temporary magnet, and what are magnetic fields in a magnet, and the electrons found in magnet. So always remember to read your books and don't forget add work pages. See you guys in the next lesson and always stay safe. Bye bye.